Happy New Year's. This is Terrence Massey here, and I'm coming back to you guys January 1, 2018. And I can tell you, everyone, 2018 is about to be a breeze. This show is the Priority First show designed for African American males. So, ladies, if ladies want to tune in, you are most certainly welcome to tune in. However, this show is not geared toward you. It's actually quite the opposite. It's not that I'm sexist. The whole entire idea is that we have to focus on African American males so that we could be the leaders that we should be and lead us out of these situations. The fact of the matter is that although we do appreciate you guys raising us and loving us and being kind to us and giving us all of the other problems in between, we still love you, but we need to be able to care for you. And there's only one appropriate way to do that. And that is to break away from you guys just a little bit. Not a lot of it, just a little bit. So this is my first live for Priority First. And this is what we're doing. The object and the goal is for African American males to make themselves the first priority. Priority number one. That's what we need as males. What does that mean? Well, there's only one rule to making yourself the priority. Is to do no harm. There's only one rule. It's rule number one. That's the only one rule. To do no harm. Well, you asked to do no harm to who? To yourself. Start there. Start with the man in the mirror. And anything that can be considered doing yourself harm or harmful to you, harmful to your health, harmful to your lifestyle, do absolutely no harm. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to live, but fellas, you guys know right from wrong. There's far too often that us fellas is out here, we're doing things that we should not be doing. And the reason why we're doing it is because we have been raised by females to do it. So what we want to do, no harm. White males, we are different. Totally different. Say that again. Although we're predominantly raised by females, we are different than females. Many of us, we are emotionally charged exactly like females. We're hurting each other. We're harming each other. We're saying bad things to each other. And we are doing all of these asinine things simply because we're responding just as we've been raised by females. We're totally different. And we're harming each other in the process. We're killing each other as if we don't have any sense. Oh, he said this about me, so I want to fight him. Oh, he made this comment about me, or he took my girlfriend, or he did this, that, and the third, so I'm going to go kill him. In all of our thoughts, speeches, and actions, we should not be harming each other. When we make ourselves the first priority, we should be thinking, what is our food like? What is my thought life like? Now, if you are looking at your life, you are saying, well, okay, I can make up in my mind not to do any harm to myself, but I'm going to smoke this blunt because this makes me feel better. I'm going to smoke this weed here. Yeah, I'm going to lean in on all of you black males. I'm not talking to any other racial group on this planet, except those who look exactly like me. We spend more time getting high than we actually do helping the planet. Now, they say, well, listen, this brother has lost me. I'll tell you this, you've actually been lost long before you tuned into this live. There is a plan and there is a way in which we are headed. And we need you. And we need you not to be high. We need you not to be drunk. We need you not to be tipsy. We need you not to be anything else but champions. That is what our women and our children deserve. We need you guys in high positions in order to be effective. Effective to the points to where we are now masters of the universe. On this planet, everything used to tremble at the base of our voice. Our women were secure. Our children were secure. Think about this, brothers. In Africa, let's just take the continent, whether you agree on a name, an early name, or whatever the case may be. Just think about it. In early civilization, there were no bars, no chains, no prisons, no zoos, nothing. How do you think black males in a continent of black males tame the animals that live there? There is a reason why we are that color, the color that we are. The fact of the matter is that we have taken on the mantra of hurting ourselves. We hurt ourselves, then we tend to hurt each other. So what do we need to do? And it's going to be a difficult process. It's going to be a very difficult process. It's going to hurt. But the first thing we have to do is know and understand, I have been raised by a female. And it is time for me to get from under her skirt. It is time for me to stop being a harmful individual on this planet. if you look at every single movement that black males have been in terms of what are we going to do with white people on this planet, there has always been an African American male who hurt another African American male. We do not live like that. We are a very peculiar, a very distinct group of people. And we are better than that. We have allowed our culture to falter. We have allowed ourselves to become a despicable disgrace, where everyone thinks it's okay to laugh at us. Because yes, we are the most entertaining group on the planet. So when you guys hear this, stop and think. Am I really a laughable character who is worth being disrespected? Why are these people disrespecting me? Why do these people feel the need to hang around me? It's because of the reason you were brought here in the first place. Black males were brought to this country to be irrelevant. Nothing you were ever supposed to say or do was supposed to mean any relevance here in this country. Nothing. You were never supposed to buy a house. You were never supposed to take care of a family. You were never supposed to do anything of any significance. And ladies, if you are listening, that's right. Your sons were never supposed to do anything of any significance. We were not brought here to take care of children. We were not brought here to raise a family. So if you wonder why our women are not listening to us, it's simply because this is not the way that they were conditioned to do and to be. So black males, what have we been doing? The easy way out is what we've been taking, and that is to harm ourselves and to harm each other. Listen, we know alcoholism harms us. We know smoking marijuana harms us. And you may be sitting back, shit, nigga, this shit here don't harm me. Well, take the word nigga, for example. This is how much of a stupor we're in. We don't even know what the word nigga means. You think you do. Oh, it's a river in Africa. Oh, we was once kings and queens is what word nigga. No. The word nigga is a European term for snigger. S-N-I-G-G-E-R. Look it up. That's what the original word is. Snigger. It means to laugh at. It's a white person's word. It means to laugh at one's misfortune. Just like any word, it's been slanged. To nigger. N-I-G-G-E-R. Now, to show you the people that we have been dealing with all this time, they have subsequently created a new word. Snicker. S-N-I-C-K-E-R. It means the exact same thing. It means to laugh at. And then if you know what they did, they went on ahead and they named the chocolate bar. after what they've been doing to black males all this time, laughing at us. And that they simply do those type of things simply because we hurt each other. Fellas, all of our hurt and our pain and our thoughts are misdirected. And I know it's going to be hell, fellas, but we have to start focusing on directing our pain and our thought process toward the direct channel. It's not toward ourselves. It's not toward each other. It's not toward our women. And it's not toward our children. And we all know the people who are doing this shit to us. You know it, and I know it. It's time to stop drinking the alcohol. It's time to stop getting high. And it's time for us to become the masters of the universe that we know we are. And I know that there has been a lot of leaders who's been calling you to do these things. Hey, brother, put the alcohol down. Hey, man, you can stop smoking the weed, man. Amen, amen, amen. Well, how do we do it? Well, first, it's going to take some time. Second, it's going to take some research. You know, you may even need to go see a counselor. I don't know. But maybe is that the reason why we keep jumping into bed with these women who are intent here to try to dull and take some of the pain away? Is that the reason why we keep hopping into bed with these women? Because we're hurt? So what's the reason for this live? What's the reason for you to come here? Well, I want you guys to mull over on us harming each other. First, let's stop and think about that for a second. And then let's start thinking about, in order for us to start, hey, listen, I'm in the same boat. I do things every day to hurt myself. Both. It's about time for it to stop. So I'm going to be as committed to you as I hope you are committed to yourself. I hope so. I'm going to be committed to not harming myself. And I hope you're going to be committed to you not harming yourself. Listen, I'm not telling you, I'm not sitting here. You can smoke till the cows come home. You can drink till the cows come home. All right? You can do everything on this planet for you to continue to hurt yourself. It's you. And I don't control you. I don't run you. But at what point are we going to start saying, hey, listen, I need to be a lot more disciplined? At what point are we going to continue to say, hey, listen, you know, it's time for me to get my act together. It's time for me to get myself together. Because right now, the smoking, I'm just pointing out smoking and drinking. We do a lot of other things. Our diets are poor. Our train of thoughts are poor. everything that black males are doing is poor. And it's not just our women and children that see it. Everybody sees it. We're full of poison. We are full of poison. And one thing that I want to do is I want to just show you guys, hey, listen, we are the masters of our own domain. We are, you and I. So at what point do we say, hey, listen, it's time for us to get our shit in gear? Or are we just too busy, you know, we're going to live off the white man and his productivity? Because yes, the one way that you do harm yourself is by simply saying, I'm going to get up every day and I am going to work a 9 to 5. I am going to work for somebody else. Yes, you are harming yourself. Because God, Allah, or whoever you think created you, do you think he created you to get up to be a sucker for somebody else? If you think that that's how he created you, you are sadly mistaken. If you think that your creator created you to run and own and operate a business, and you are still getting your goods and services from somebody else and not directly from the source, you are sadly mistaken. Right now, you have black males out there that wake up in the morning and they intently do harm to people. And the first people that they do harm to is themselves. The second is that they do harm to other black males. We are actually designed in the first 5 seconds of meeting each other to do harm to each other. Within the first 5 seconds. Let me give you an example. 2 brothers meet each other. What do they say? What up, dog? What up, dog? Really? Really? So the first thing we're going to do is call each other animals. This is our conditioning. I am telling you, we're better than that. But then you turn around and you go, the women bitches. No, first of all, we'll start calling each other a bitch first. This is what we do. We are bitches. Hey, man, so before the night's over with, I'm going to, hey, man, he a bitch. Yeah, he a bitch and he a bitch. And that's what we do. So this is how we roll, right? Black males, this is how we roll. I hope you guys watch, and I hope you guys continue to go ahead and understand where we're going here, because we're actually building on this. We're actually going to build something here. But the first rule is to do no harm to each other. And that's by not harming yourself. So now we call ourselves bitches, turn around and call our females bitches, but you just remember in the first interaction, you just referred yourself to as a dog. So we're hurting ourselves in our thoughts, speeches, and actions. That's why we can't get through. So we have a way in which we're going to redevelop a system that's going to give us black males back the morals and values that we should have, because they actually have been lost. Oh, snap, this brother said we're going to get some morals and values. That's right. That's right. Some morals and values, because that's what we need. There's nothing wrong with value. There's nothing wrong with seeing yourselves as being valuable. See, these are the things that have been lost amongst black males. Value. Value. Yes, black males, you are valuable. And you are valuable for a lot more than just your penis. Nah, brothers, you got a brain up there. You can think. You are very capable. In fact, you are the masters of the universe. You know, they'll show you all of these planets, right? They'll show you this Earth, and then they'll show you these planets, right? What is it, 9 planets? Who do you think that occupied this planet and this place for thousands, hundreds of thousands of years prior to white people getting here? We have. What do you think? Do you think it was just lost during slavery? "2018 is gonna be a breeze." You know why? Because we're gonna start saying, "Hey, listen, let's put the shit down. Let's just put it down, because that's what it is. Shit. And let's get back to what it is that we need to be doing." There are 9 areas of life that has been outlined by who I think should be called Dr. Neely Fuller, but he just goes by Neely Fuller Jr. Look here, fellas. 9 areas of activity. Put this up here. Okay? 9 areas of activity. You have economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. And in these particular areas, what we want to do in these particular areas is become masters of every single area that there is. Because we are. We are the masters. Who do you think taught white people? The fact of the matter is that we're just in a stupor because we are being stupid. You are not the master if you are the consumer. You are not the master because you feel good riding around in a car. You are not a female. You are a male. We handle things different. We look at the world different. We look at the planet different. We look at everything different. You are not a master because you can take somebody's life. You are not a master based on how much you can hurt somebody. And I know y'all might be saying, hey, listen, this brother, man, we don't want to just listen to him preach. No, it has to be said. And I'm going to say it. You are not a master by showing how irresponsible you can be. And there are black males out there who just assume that it's not your responsibility to be the master. Because you don't listen to somebody tell you, well, there can't be so many, it's too many chiefs. We can't have so many chiefs and no Indians. We not Indians. We allow somebody else to take our hierarchical system away from us, and then now here we go. We are the masters of this planet. There is a way to get back, but we have to work together. And we will work together. This is just the first installment of the rest of our lives. And the first thing that we're not going to do is harm each other. That's the one thing that we're not going to do. Hey, Marcel, you just got my notification? Oh, wow. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, family. Marcia, say if you got a male around, go pony him up and tell him to come listen to the show. I'm not here to preach at you. I'm just here so we can get better. Because we're looking around and we're wondering, I mean, it's to the point to where brothers don't even want to be with the sisters. Brothers don't even want to be with the sisters. So now brothers is going with brothers. I mean, we're getting involved in all of this harmful activity, and that's simply because we're following the wrong people. Look, I'm not a joke maker, and I wish I could make some jokes, and I wish I could sit back, and I wish I could laugh, and maybe later on we might be doing some laughing. However, right now it's not a laughing matter. Because no matter where you're from, no matter if you're in New York or if you're in LA, if you're in Chicago, or if you're in Texas, or if you're in Florida, or even Washington State, no matter where you are, even the people all the way up in Alaska, brothers is killing each other. I mean, literally, like, you expired and you ain't coming back. You expired and you're not coming back. And this is the thought process behind some of these people here. So we have to not do any harm to each other. And surrounding them around positive males, hey, that's dope. And I'm with you. I'm with you. I do. I love all of our black brothers. Listen, and I'm saying this and I'm talking here because I know we're going to have a lot of different groups of people that's going to be in this chat, right? However, what we have been seeing on this planet is socially, people are being geared to follow African American or black males, African American, whatever you want to call us, right? The descendants of slaves off the plantations. This is the particular group. And with this particular group here, we have been, society follows us. White people, they put trillions of dollars behind people following black people. We're at the point now in terms of being black males that we're not even inventors anymore. In which, as a group, we are inventors. The fact of the matter is that people are following us and we are doing an exponential amount of harm and hurt to each other. And that's because we're hurting. Brothers, listen. In fact, here's what I want people to start doing if you're listening to the show. If you're listening to the show, brothers, I'm not telling you to go get counseling so you can be soft. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this. In our own minds, we do know how to rationalize not doing any harm. Our deductive logic is not gone. And you know it and I know it. Our deductive logic is not gone. Not at all. Okay, yeah, you do that, Marcia. Have him definitely watch the show. Have him definitely watch the show. And I hope that the brothers who are in a position to hear what it is I'm saying. The 40-year-olds and plus. 40, I mean, Umar Johnson, Tariq Nasheed, really, at the end of the year, to 40 plus, maybe 50-year-old men want to fight. I can't hurl insults across the internet. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get out and we're actually going to fight each other. Two well-educated black males leading us out of captivity. Instead, because every day they get up and they do harm to themselves. Look in the mirror and just tell yourself, I will not do anything to hurt myself today. Let's start there. If you know what it is that you do, I know what it is that I do. And so from there, there's an activity that should be up on your screen. If it's not, just let me know. But these 9 areas of activity sure if you see it here. The 9 areas of activity outlined by Dr. Nellie Fuller, we are going to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in order to become masters of the universe. This is what we do. This is our job. If you're ready, we can get it. If you're not ready, then continue to do harm to yourself. I don't want you to, but continue. Because this is not what we do here. We don't hurt each other. In fact, we become champions. In life, there is no second place. See, somebody is convincing you as a black male that this is your life and that it's okay to be substandard. It's okay to be subpar. It's okay to be less than. This is what they have taught you. This is what they have conditioned you to be. It's okay to be a C student. It's all right. No, it's not all right. It's not. Because our females deserve better. The planet deserves better. On priority first, we are going to deal with how you're going to instill morals and values and good things back into your life. Things like respect, duty, honor, integrity, commitment, and what those things really mean. Those things need to go back into your life. We've all listened to a ton of rap music. We've all listened to a ton of things that sound good that's not good for us. That's called harming yourself. We've listened to it. I tell you this, we even wake up and go to church and listen to the pastor do harm to us. Pastors successfully tell people, don't do anything, wait on the Lord. That's another topic for another day, but that's a harmful thing. Because what he's doing is he's telling you not to be proactive, but to be a reactive person. And as far as being a male is concerned, we all know that we need to be proactive. The first proactive thing that you do when you wake up in the morning is get out the bed. So that tells you right there that we have to be proactive people. And so with that, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be walking you through the steps of getting morals and values back into your life so that you can become masters of every single area that Nellie Fuller has outlined on this chart. The 9 areas of life. Because you, brothers, y'all deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve to be put back into your rightful place. It's time. It's time. And if it's not time, then when is it? When is it? When is the right time for you as a black male to take your rightful place back on this planet? Yeah, Marcia, the streets will eat them alive because of the system that And it's unfortunate that white males, they will create a system, and they create a system of scarcity in which people have to harm each other in order to make it. People through the system of scarcity hurt each other. One of the reasons why is because socially they lost their way. If you know, there's no one out here attempting to instill any type of morality back into this planet. No one. Yeah, we talk about it, but no one does. And the reason why people don't is simply because it's become socially acceptable for people to hurt each other. It's inundated on the TV. Yes, what you see on TV is entertainment. And it's entertainment only. It's not for you to do in real life. Life is imitating art instead of art supposed to be imitating life. That's all it is. But we tend to lose the fact that your value and what you're worth, you're supposed to be held, so you will hold yourself to a higher standard. The fact of the matter is that there's too many people out here on this planet who's hell-bent on hurting somebody else. And that's because they are hurting. And you may say, well, no, I'm not hurting. I'm not hurting. No. Before you get to a point in your life where you are actually hurting someone else has already hurt you. That's the process of victimization. And it's time for us to stop victimizing each other, which is not popular, by the way. And so what we want to do is we want to instill these things. Oh, this is, in case you guys are not, whoever's listening, you're not in the chat, whoever's listening, this is a doing show. This is one of those shows where you're actually going to be involved in doing something. So if you're looking to be entertained, this is the wrong spot, because you're actually going to be doing something. Okay? This is the Doing Something Network. No, the very first show is to do something. Black males, when you wake up in the morning, wash your face off, look at yourself in the mirror, and say, I'm not going to do any harm. For all of my fellas that's out there in Chicago, hey, do no harm. Which is going to take some patience. As my grandmother would say, some patience and fortitude. That's what you're going to need to have. Some patience with yourself, and some patience with others. Those type of things, it's valuable. There is power in not doing harmful things. There is so much power in not doing harmful things. I mean, literally, if you take the harm out of your day, most of y'all would be sitting back and y'all would be saying, hey, I can't even move off the couch. because that's how much poison has been designed to be pumped into your brain and pumped into your body and pumped into your spirit. You won't be able to move. Be paralyzed. I mean, we actually got fellas out there preying on women. Okay, so you're going to harm yourself, you're going to harm the women, you're going to harm the children. What else are you going to harm? Harm the environment. You're just going to do everything harmful. And the reason why you do it is because it's easy. You are not a female. We don't have the luxury of doing what's easy. Oh, by the way, this is the Man Up Show. Because if you're going to look at yourself as being a top priority, yeah, you're going to have to man up. You're going to definitely have to man up. Because it's sad, because the way that the white boys is doing the food and the marijuana, they're actually creating the females to be more men than you are. So because you do harm to yourself, the women see it, and now they out there doing harm to themselves. Now, brothers, now this is what we're dealing with. Now we're seeing the women out there, they're acting just like we used to act. And they taking it to they out of control. You can't tell a female nothing anymore. Why? Because she's looking at you like you are a hypocrite. The children don't listen to their fathers. Why? Because we're goddamn hypocrites. I'm not going to beat you up. I'm just explaining why we have to stop harming each other. Why we have to stop doing all of these bad things to ourselves so that we can get our planet back. We have to be able to get our planet back. Put our planet back under the submission that it needs to be. Or else, guess what? We might as well just lay down and die. Because that's where we're headed, on a one-way collision course to nothing. Yeah, to some people it may have been fun, but now it's time to man up. It's time to pony up. It's time to shit and get off the pot. And you guys know better. So maybe this is enough preaching for now. Maybe it's just enough preaching for now, because the teaching is actually going to come later on. But I'm just giving you guys the groundwork, the infrastructure of what we're going to be talking about on this show. This is the doing show. If you are not a doer, I hope you become one. And I know it's going to be a struggle, because where we are, there's always going to be a knucklehead somewhere who's going to try us. No harm, man. Yeah, man. You up to no harm? Yeah, man. Well, let me hurt you. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm not telling you to be no punk. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not telling you how not to handle or how to handle your business. That's not what I'm telling you. Proactively, stop hurting each other. Proactively, stop hurting yourself. It'll be tough, but in 2018, this here is going to be a breeze. Believe me. Because once your thoughts change, your speeches is going to change and your actions are going to change. And we all know that a lot of times that we listen to some dumb, silly, stupid music. Oh, and for the fellas, hey, you fellas out there who like to go to the strip clubs, who like to take all of your money and make it rain, you are actually hurting yourself. You are actually shooting yourself in the foot. You are. You are taking money that you absolutely do not have, thinking that it's more than enough disposable income, and you are just blowing it. But you know what? I tell you what. Here's what we're going to do. Because that actually goes on this wheel here under sex. And so what we're going to do is what we're going to talk about is how we're going to become masters and how not to harm each other under this particular wheel here. So I'm not going to go too long into it. I think I've been about an hour already so far. Hey, thanks for joining. So hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, do everything that you need to do in order to get the word out, because we have to get it rolling. We have to get rolling. All right? We have to get rolling. I'm not telling you to denounce your God. I'm not telling you to denounce whatever creator or whatever religion that you believe in. What I am telling you is this, is that whoever you believe who created you, they created you to be a master. That's the way that they created you to be. And we, on this show, we are not going to accept anything less than that. There's no place for mediocrity on this show. The good news is that we're all going to assist each other and become the masters that we know that we are to be. This particular show here, I think it's going to be the last show that I do any critiquing, right? Or any, or maybe even any preaching, because I don't need to anymore. Now it's just time to start teaching you how to become masters of the universe. The next thing that we're going to be covering is values and how to create a totally different value system than the one that you have been given. In order to know what that value system is, this week, I'm only going to log in and we're only going to talk about how we are going about changing to where we're not doing harmful things to each other. We're not going to do any, as a matter of fact, because I know how kind of slow it is to kind of ramp up on this, on YouTube and Facebook and all of these other things. We're going to talk about this for about a month. What you have to do and the changes and the things that you have to do in order not to do any harm to each other. So we're going to talk about this for about a month before we get into the wheel and before we go into our values, right? But this is the Priority First show. Sorry, all of the ladies out there. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry for not including you guys. I know that you guys want to be included. Hey, I'm not a female. And plus, you guys have everything anyway. Every time you turn around, you guys got the biggest section in the stores. Y'all got everything that's out there that's possible. In order for you guys to become great. This is particularly for African American males. The reason why particularly is not to cut out any other race of people. The reason why is because we are the last descendants of slavery here in this country. We are the descendants of slaves. That could be argumentative by a lot of people. I'm not here to argue. The fact of the matter is that there were people on the plantations that was in the South, and then there are the descendants of those people. And we are the group that's under attack. We are the group that has been spent trillions of dollars attempting to attack us so that we don't become the masses that we know we're supposed to be. And stop acting like it doesn't exist. We do. We have boys out there, teenagers. I know where I come from. It was a milestone to reach 14. It was a milestone to hit 12. It was a milestone to hit 14. It was a milestone to hit 16. It was a milestone to hit 18. It was a milestone to hit 21. Then it was another milestone to hit 25. Simply because someone else has created an environment for us to die. It's not right. And I'll tell you this, the people who have designed it for us to die, they're actually going to have a huge problem on our hands the more they allow us to live. Because our jobs is designed for you to live. Oh, you do, Marcia? Thank you so very much. You know what? Shout out to Mike Larry. Shout out to Mike Larry 2010. I don't want to forget to shout Mike Larry out 2010. He and I have been doing some work, but Mike Larry, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Shout out to Mike Larry. And you know what? I actually didn't mean to do the live this late. It's just I had created a much better presentation for the family. I have created a much better presentation, and for some strange reason, it disappeared off my computer. Some strange reason, call it user error, right? However, I'm going to get it back or create a better one so that we can all have something tangible in our hands so we can actually see how we can go about, because there is a plan. And the better that we can become, because it's actually is going to go deeper for, especially for males, into how we can become more men that our females, that our women actually need us to be. But Marcia, thank you so very much. And I'm going to let Mike know, thank you for coming over and for having me. I really appreciate it. And I would appreciate it. You know, you can have your son. He can listen. I really do. I want him to listen. I want him to be a part, because this is boring, but this is what men do. It's boring. It's boring. And it's sad that males have become more destructive than constructive. It's like being destructive, like Destructo King. Really? Okay, shout out. What is it? Satin, S-A-T-I-N. Hey man, thanks, big ups. Oh, you watch Mike Larry as well, huh? Mike is the man. Loyalty gang. Shout out to the loyalty gang. Coming over on Intel Solutions 3017. Look at that. The loyalty gang has showed up over here. Hey, do me a favor. Put loyalty gang in the chat. Loyalty gang in the chat. Shout out to Mike Larry. That's right. That's right. Mike is definitely the man. That's a good guy. All around, he is a good guy. He has done some excellent work on the Kanika Jenkins case. Some excellent, excellent, excellent work. Hopefully, I'll be able to do some more work with Mike again because we have not wrapped up that case, but we're getting very close. So, family, um, Mike Mecca, shout out to Mike Mecca. He's been actually doing some, I mean, totally free. Totally free. We have been looking into this case. That's because you have black males out there who actually care. Who actually care. So what we want to do is we want to step this thing up another further. You know, we're going to step it, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you so very much. I love you. Much love to you guys. Look, Mike has snipers over there. I know eventually we're going to have people that's going to come over to this show who's going to be kind of talking crazy and doing. I don't pay attention. I don't pay attention to anyone talking crazy because I have something else that I'm doing. But I don't know about snipers. I don't know about how the whole thing is set up. If you guys want to help me, let me know. You know, but it works. Yeah, this show is the priority first show. This is for the males. This is the male side, right? But we also have and we also do the show about coming up with intelligent solutions to problems, right? So we all have relationship troubles. We all do, right? All have relationship troubles, but there are solutions to these troubles that we have. There's solutions. They're viable. They're workable solutions. On that show is where we come up with intelligent solutions that cannot be debunked. Oh, you was with me yesterday too? Oh, thank you so very much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Big ups. Big ups. I really appreciate that. I really do. So let me know if you guys want to come in, and if you guys want to chime in, I can see how I can get you into the chat, or if we could come on live and maybe you could talk or something like that. I can put you on a panel, right? If that's what you guys want to do. At any given time, if you guys want to come in on a panel, you can. I'm not as long-winded as Mike, right? I think I probably am as long-winded as Mike, but if you guys ever want to get in on a panel, just let me know, right? Just let me know. Say, hey, put me in, and I'll send you a link, right? And we can see how we can get you guys in on the panel. Sorry about the little dead air, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna get in. But yeah, we're going to get you guys in anytime, anytime you guys actually want to chime in. You guys just let me know, right? That's all you have to do is just let me know, and I'll put you guys right on. You know, loyalty gang, period, right? Loyalty gang, period. But I'm not gonna be on here for long. My screen looks kind of blurry with this on the screen here. When I have the nearly fuller layout, right? Does it look blurry on your screen? Maybe you can tell me that. Because if so, I could try to find one that's a little bit clearer, or a lot bit clearer. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know, I don't want to actually get on live, right, and become preacher all of a sudden. But you know, this is something that I think that we kind of need. Is that larger for you? I think just trying to get the whole diagram in there because it's a pretty big diagram, you know. Here it is. Here's what the attempt of this show is. The attempt of this show is to make better black males so that we can have better black males for our sisters. And I'm not just talking about like, oh, he's part of the Nation of Islam, so I have to be part of the Nation of Islam and I have to eat bean pies. Listen, I never had a bean pie, and I'm from Chicago. Okay? But what I can tell you is this. What I can tell you is this, is that whatever religion that you want to believe in, that's up to you. But there have been always good people that walk this planet without having a religion. Jesus did not have a religion. You want to believe he exists or you don't. He did not have a religion. He was still a good person. Well, you can argue that that was God. Yeah, semantics. Right? But the idea is to make better people. And right now, we haven't been the best. Tune in later. I love you, family. I love you. Shout out again to Mike Larry. Shout out again to Mike Mecca. Shout out to the rest of the brothers. There is some brothers that I went in hard on the other show. And the reason why I went in hard on them is because they are harming black folks. The message here is to do no harm. Join us from 6 to 8 every morning, Central Standard Time. From 6 to 8 Central Standard Time every morning on Intel Solutions, we will be discussing solutions to every single problem that plague us on this planet. So if you have a question or a comment, you can hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit it up or down. Doesn't matter to me either way. But please do post your questions. Send us an email. I promise you I will send an email in every single description box. So that way you'll be able to contact us via the email and we will discuss any problem that you may have. Because there is a solution. There is a solution, and you best believe we are actually working on solutions to these problems. The first solution to dealing with the situations that we have out here in terms of our black males, do no harm. So that solves a multitude of problems right there. We will be on the Intel Solutions Show 3017 every morning from 6 to 8 Central Standard Time. Family, I love you. Good night.